in the end, open will defeat closed, because the breadth of knowledge and the breadth of skill and just the human power in the decentralized ecosystem of open source developers is just way more, right? And so I mean I think that's a substantial advantage, which we can leverage. I mean, Luther can leverage it, Stability AI can leverage it, but Google and Microsoft can only partially leverage it, just due to the nature of their own tech stacks, let alone their business models. Like when you get a job working for Google, you spend 6 months learning their 2 to 3 billion lines of proprietary code, right? They've just got really efficient tech stacks of proprietary code. They're great at what they do, but since they don't want to open all that, because it contains so much commercially valuable stuff to them, since they don't want to open that tech stack, they can't really operate in close coordination with the open source world. Whereas we can build things in SingularityNet and Zarka and TrueAGI. In our ecosystem, we can build things from the get-go with maximum back and forth with the open source world in mind. I mean, that doesn't mean every single bit of code built within Zarka or TrueAGI has to be open source, or every model trained for whatever purpose has to be open. I mean, SingularityNet will be that way because of the sort of entity it is. These commercial spin-offs don't have to do only open source things, but they can build their architectures in a way that's designed to get the maximum out of the open source world, which is not what these big companies have done, right? And this gets into technical stuff, but like if you look at how these big companies are leveraging their massive GPU server farms, they're using an algorithm called MapReduce, and everything is MapReduce, right? Now, MapReduce is great for deep neural nets. It's great for computer graphics. It's not great for reasoning on knowledge graphs. For reasoning on knowledge graphs, you need smarter ways to map your algorithms onto GPUs and parallel processors. Now, we have those smarter ways. We're borrowing them from a project called RChain. So we're working with a guy named Greg Meredith, who founded RChain. He developed a formalism called the row calculus, which goes far beyond MapReduce in its ability to map complex graph algorithms into GPUs. He had that out in the open source world inside his Rolang language. So we're able to connect our OpenCog Hyperon system to his open source Rolang system, right? And then we can use his post MapReduce method for parallelizing stuff. And then we can use this within OpenCog to provide the symbolic part of a neural symbolic LLM, right? Which we can then roll out within Zarka and TrueAGI and SingularityNet. So there's two interesting things here, right? I mean, one is we have a path to neural symbolic large language models by connecting OpenCog that already does symbolic reasoning to neural large language models that will be deployed on Zarka's server farms, right? And big tech companies don't have that path because they don't have the knowledge of OpenCog's reasoning engine for sophisticated reasoning on knowledge graphs. But the other thing is, the way we're going to make this scalable is by connecting to Greg Meredith's open source row calculus code from our RChain project. And that's an avenue that Google and Amazon and Microsoft don't have, even though Greg worked for Microsoft for many years, just because their tech stacks are big, hairy, and proprietary. They're not built for sort of interleaving with other people's open source code. So I think there's a lot of advantages big tech has. They got customers, they've got money, they've got hardware, they've got big teams. On the other hand, we have better algorithms for the next phase, and we also have the ability to interoperate very flexibly with the open source community, which is a very, very powerful force.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, do you want to profit from crypto? Then join my DeFi Academy. The Crypto DeFi Academy will help you create generational wealth. But don't take my word for it. Listen to my students.
When I first got into crypto, I remember thinking to myself, I need to learn more. Brian Rose, learning crypto, learning DeFi, gotta do it.
I am so grateful that I jumped in and did this. I had to break through some limiting beliefs that I can do this, that I can afford this, that I can be in this.
It challenges the things that are deeply rooted within us.
Joining DeFi Academy has been one of the best decisions I have made on my blockchain journey.
This course was a life changer, a game changer, a huge eye-opener, coming from knowing practically nothing at the speed of the learning over 4 weeks was just fantastic.
The information you provided in this class was invaluable.
I feel far more confident in my next steps.
You took complex concepts and made them easier to understand.
What's different than so many other ones is it just doesn't tell you what to do. It actually makes you do it.
This is for people who are serious about becoming traders. This is the way it should be done.
I realized from this learning experience again that it is not about what you learn, but about who you learn it from.
The energy was insane. I've never experienced such incredible energy on a live call. Brian Rose, you are a legend, my friend.
It's the only thing in the market where you can get all information and learn everything what you need to know.
Everything is so clear and so well done, and I am just forever grateful for this program.
It made me feel so much more confident about crypto than I did before.
I did not anticipate how passionate I was going to become about it.
This course has been like a big learning experience for me, not just in the crypto space, but just in overall balance of life.
What I've learned is, how to take ownership, of my life in a way that I really hadn't before.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that, really.
I would recommend it to anybody, top notch.
Excellence does not come cheap. So if you want excellence, you got to pay for it, but it's so worth it.
Pull the trigger. That's what this course is about.
You're not going to regret it, really. It's amazing.
Thank you, Brian and team.
So what are you waiting for? Crypto is happening now. Click the link below, submit your application, and let me mentor you on how to create generational wealth and build the decentralized financial infrastructure of the future.